Hello guys, welcome back to the Harshdeep's new YouTube channel that is called as a Python YouTube channel because here we will learn the Python. So without wasting time, we will moving forward. As in previous lecture, we already told what is the variable, what are the rules, what are the data types and all that. But these are only the theory, so don't underestimate that. Okay, so if you remember that, this is also benefit because today lecture is totally on the practical basis. As I said, every lecture should be on the practical basis only, because theory will be, you can read anything like in w3 school, in java t point, or even the chat gpt also, but practice makes man perfect. So that's why now onwards our entire lectures total related to python lectures are totally on the practical base. Okay, so as I told, everyone should be learn the python without having any laptop and all that. And in previous lecture I already told you need only one thing, that is called as your email id and your internet connection. Why? Because inside google we need to write a code, and that code is, sorry, that notebook is called as a google collaboratory. So this is basically one type of ID also, but why it is a collaboratory? Why we saying it is a collaboratory and why we use that? Because of your internet connection. And the second most important, this is the platform independent. Means for example, you are living in Kolhapur and you are going in a Pune and you forgot your laptop. But as I said, you record a mail ID. So for example, you are doing in my laptop, but you have your mail ID, you can easily recover your code inside my laptop also. That's why the mail ID is very, very important. And why its internet connection is important? Because this code is saving automatically, you don't need to save anything about that, so don't worry about that all this stuff. So now let's focus. So first step is very, very easy. Go to the google. After going google, just simply write down that is called as a collab. After returning the collab, just press the enter. Now here you are seeing the many option, but don't use anything because you are first time doing. After that you can use anything, don't worry, but first try to understand. Now click on the welcome to collab. After clicking on the welcome to collab, just remember, yeah, it will be taking time because of the basically the internet issue, because internet is very, very important. That's why I'm saying we need at least two things, that is called as a mail id and your internet connection. Okay, so what we done till now, just going inside of google, typing the collab, clicking on the welcome to collab. Now you see like this. Okay, so this is basically I done all the coding, that's why my window is looking like that, but your window is totally empty. So don't focus on like that, just simply put on, click on the left corner, that is a blue tick button, new notebook. After clicking that, just wait for a few moments. So it will be loading, it will be checking your internet connection is stable or not. And if it's all with well, then you are seeing this type of ide. Okay, so now don't take any trace, we will understand each and every by every unique way. Not like I am explaining here all these things right now, only just putting simple things inside that. So as I said, go to the google, type the collab, click on the welcome to collab, then new notebook. After the new notebook, you are seeing this window. Now the first thing is, after seeing this window, you need to click on the connect button. Okay, why? Because we need to check the internet connection, otherwise your code will be not saving. And also one more important thing, already I told, this is your mail id. Without mail id, the collaborator will be can't open. Okay, so it will be taking at least 1 minute because it's first time, so it will be taking time for the connecting. Now till now you can understand here. So this is basically called as a cell. Here you can write your code, means declaring variable, declaring data type. In previous lecture we already told what is a variable, what is the data type. Please recap that so that you can understand here. Okay, so this is called as basically cell. And if you want to run that cell, you can just click on that button, or after return code just simply put the shift and enter. Okay, after means if you want to run the particular cell, just put the shift and enter. Okay, otherwise you can click in here also. But why? Basically we have the two ways. Okay, but definitely both are the not the same. Why? Because if you clicking here only, it will can't open the second cell, you need to open again, go to the code and then you need to open. But what is the benefit of shift enter? It will be running that particular cell and it will be going inside automatically creating a new cell. That's why the better way is called as shift enter. And so this is basically I'm giving my the file name. So I am putting in a simple like var, means you can understand variable, and dt, and basically we can say it is a data type. Got it? Now if you are seeing here the text window also, This is for your preference only. Means whenever you need to write like your Microsoft Word, or you can write information about your programming, that is, I want to write a program for print hello world, then here I am putting my statement only. It's not much required, but it actually benefit, because whenever you are trying to write a code, for example, in means in depth we are talking about that text word. So if everyone saying that key, or your interviewer is saying you key write a code for the prime number, then you can simply put a prime number, and then you can open the next code. Yeah, so it will be your headline and it will be your code, but right now don't focus on that. So if you want to delete that particularly, if you are seeing here the dustbin right, just click on that, it will be deleted. Now I have the two cells, right, but I don't want this cell. You can simply put the delete. If you want this cell is up, then you can click on the up arrow. You can basically, like you are like graduation student, you know the how to handle laptop, and you can please do that thing. Okay, I will, means I can't explain in depth every way, because we need to focus on the Python core. Got it? Now we will moving forward, as we already know what is meant by variable, what is meant by data type. So in this lecture, simply we are putting efforts on the variable and data type. Got it? So first I am declaring the variable name, that is A is equal to Pune. So this is basically my variable name. Okay. And after that, I want to print that particular Pune. So I inside a round bracket, I'm putting a A. So why this is a round bracket? Because always remember, in first lecture I am telling you, whenever I use word function, always remember, if I am saying that print is a function, type is a function, length in a function, then you can simply put that name and after that round bracket. Why? Because this is the identification of a function and this is the inbuilt function. Why? Because if you see the color, yeah, definitely Python is very colorful language. If you are saying the variable name is black, string in maroon color, or we can say a print in like, you can understand, yeah. Okay, so this is just simply I am doing things. Now if I want to run, I just pressing the shift and enter. Got it? So it will be printing your output as a Pune. If you want to assign the boolean value, always remember, boolean also you need to mention true as a capital. Always remember, if you're seeing that also, wait, sorry, here the variable name should be our B. So this is the simple thing, whenever we are writing the variable name to the value, right? So always remember, after equal to it should be the value, before equal to it should be the variable, and variable should be small only. Don't put like your name as a variable. If I am saying ki print your name, then you simply put your variable name anything later, and then you can write your name, and then if you want to print that, then simply put the variable name, right? That's why I'm saying ki variable is just like container, or it can be storage. Now for example, I want to print the Pune, right? You know what is the variable name of Pune? A. So you can simply write here print A also, it will be accessible. That's why the variable is very useful to accessing in every programming language. Okay, and basically these are the data types I am telling, that in double quote or in single quote, if you are putting any letters, that is called as a string. This is the boolean, and we will cover almost like 1.2. This is called as a float. Okay, so now this is the just basic, like we are declaring the variable and we are accessing the value and we are printing that value. Now as I told you, whenever I use the word of function, so always remember the name itself that function, and then after that you need to give the round bracket, so it will be the function. And also I am telling one more thing, Python is a colorful language. If you are noticing each and everything, while we declaring the decimal, why we are declaring the boolean, and while you are declaring the string, you want the integer, the colors are very different. Try to understand that. And whenever I am saying ki this is the inbuilt function, the color should be like print only. Okay, now for example, I want to print every variable name here, means every value, then simply put inside the print A comma B comma C comma D. Okay, you can get all the value, that Pune, that is called as A, true inside that B, the C is equal to 1.2 and D is equal to Harshdeep. Okay, so this is just simple thing. Now we know this is the string. Why? Because it's signed at double quotes. This is the true as a boolean. Why? Because T is a capital. 1.2 is a decimal. Why? Because it is floating value. And Harshdeep is also again a string because it's in double quote. But whenever everyone asking, prove me that, okay, without proving nothing inside that. So you need to prove each and every. Then and then only you can understand. Na, ki, yeah, this is the string, this is the boolean, this is the string, anything like integer and all that. If I am saying only ki, yeah, this is the Pune, then you are saying ki, sir, where is the double quote? Yeah, definitely this should be the your question, right? So that's why we have our next inbuilt function that is called as a type. Okay, so type basically whenever you want to check the particular data type of that variable name or that value, then you can simply use the type function. What you do, just simply write a print, inside that you can use the type. Okay, and then you can use whatever you me. For example, I want to check the type of D, then you can simply write a D. It will be giving a class string. Okay, now your question is why it's class. Always remember, Python is 101% is object oriented programming language. So this is basically the class and the class name. That's why we can say the output in a class string. And now for example, if you want to check the type of A, you already know that is a string. Now I want to check the B, class bull. In a similar way, if I want to check class C, means data type of C, it will be the float. So this is basically the inbuilt function that will be used for checking the data type of that particular value by using your variable name. So till now we learned declaring the variable, declaring the values, printing that values, and checking the data type of that particular variable and value. Now we will moving forward, we will declaring, for example, now I want to check the length of that particular. Always remember, this line is very important. Length. Only string have length. Always remember. Till now, we already learned data type called as integer. Then we are talking about the string, and then we are talking about the bool and also the float. Okay, so this is very important. Basically, only string have the length. So for example, I want to check the length of that particular string. Now we know inside A and D we have the string, but first focus on that. We know length of C. We already saying written line only string have the length, but I am trying to count the length of the C. Always remember, this is a type error. Object of type float has no length. If you are getting error, then and then only we are saying yeah, you are understanding the concept. Don't remember this thing. You need to make a practice, and then only you can understand. So just simply till now we learn all the data types in Python, that is integer, string, boolean, float. So inside that only string have the length. Why? Because inside a string we have the characters, and each character it should be the counting. For example, wait a minute, I'm once again here basically printing a, it called a Pune. So what is the length of that? Yeah, try to guess. Perfect. Why? Because string is a collection of character and each and every character should be considered to be one. So just simply I am putting print length of a. Got it? Why it's 4? Because Pune have the 4 letter. That's why the print length of A is a 4. Now if you are asking my like this, you are doing the underscore, wait, in double quote only, you are doing the underscore, you are doing the space 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to space, and then again. And now if I want to print that, simply definitely you can print, because inside a double quote you can use anything. See, and now for example, if you want to count the length also, this is also possible, because string have the length. So inside a string we can put anything, right? Why 7? Don't worry, just simply count that. So this is underscore is 1, this underscore is 2, and inside between that there are total 5 spaces. That's why it will be length giving you to 7. So simple thing, remember, as a variable name any special symbol not allowed than underscore, but inside a string you can do anything and anything. Okay, just like that. But the double quote is very important. These are the not variable name which should be the allow, right? Sorry, but inside a value you can put, and you can also calculate the length of that. Why? Because at the end this is also string, so everything inside a double quote you can easily count that length. Got it? So I hope you remember all these things. If you can't remember, please again watch that video, because this video is very important. We already covered all the basic, like what are the inbuilt function that we will use, what are the variables, what are the data types, and what exactly the string. Simple thing about the string is, remember that it's a collection of characters that everyone telling about you, but don't worry about that. Simply think, remember, whenever you are seeing anything in a double quote or single quote, this is called as a string. But if you want to book definition, then definitely you can say collection of a characters. Each character have its own length. Okay, so simply remember, everything in a double quote, it should be treated as a string. Don't confuse here, because we already seen ki we don't use the any special symbol. But at the time of your variable name, in value you can put, but if you didn't putting the double quote, then it will be not running. This is also very very important, because inside a double quote only we have allocated. See, syntax error, near unaccepted token, new line, bean, bash, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so this should be not allow. If you want to allow that, you can put simply quotes. And if you're seeing that the color is already changing, that is the basically identification of your string only. So you can use the single quote also, or you can use the double quote also. That's all about this lecture. I hope you are enjoying this journey, and I am too enjoying, because I am also selfish, because I am also learning the new things and you are also learning the new things. So if you have any doubt, you can simply put in a comment. We will cover in next lecture. Don't worry about that. I will read all the comments. Got it? So today's recap is only simple thing is, remember that whenever I use word function, always remember the name and the round bracket. That's it. Simple thing. And we learn the three inbuilt function. The first is a print, that is used for printing something. In first lecture, I already given the example of Xerox shop, right? Yeah. And what about your type? It will be just checking the data type of your variable. It's means string, boolean, integer, because we know that, but the non-technical person didn't understand what exactly that. So we need to tell them, ki, yeah, this is the string, this is the, so we need to prove that. So that's why the type. And at the last, we already learned the length function. And always remember, length should be only have the string, don't have any boolean, integer, float, because how it will be counted, right? If I'm saying the number that is 11, how it should be counting? You can counting, but inside double quote 1 and 1, that is called as 2. But only you are writing the 11, it will be not possible, because this is the integer. So always remember, length should be only calculated by string till now. Okay, focus on the word till now. We already learned the four data type only: integer, float, boolean, and string. So inside that, only string have the length, and simply the length, this is also inbuilt function. So after that, round bracket, and inside that the variable name, and that's it. You can get any length of that string. Okay, so that's all about today's lecture. I'm sorry because it will be lengthy, but don't worry about all these things. You can make a practice, and we will see you in next 2 weeks. Okay, I will try to do things daily basis, but depends on the time I will be doing. So till now, you can make practice. If you have any doubt, you can directly reach out to me. Definitely I will help you. Okay, bye bye, take care, happy weekend, see you.